The robin is on his way north again. How can he tell which way to fly? An airplane pilot uses instruments. He follows the needle of his compass to find his way. He can tell where he is by his map. The robin has no compass or map, but he heads the right way. How does he do it? In migration time, the robin wakes up while it is still dark. He stretches his wings and waits for the dawn. This morning, before starting out, the robin was watching the sky. The sky grew brighter to the east. Soon the sun came up there. After feeding for a little while, the robin started flying. He carefully kept the sun to his right, heading north. He has to hold a steady course. And this picture shows him flying. It says morning, right? And over here, it has an arrow that points to the east, where the sun comes up. The sun always comes up in the east in the morning. So the robin knows that north is this way. But the sun does not always stay to the east. It moves all day across the sky from east to west. If the robin kept heading the same way from the sun all day long, he would end up going the wrong way. At noon, the sun is overhead, but the robin now keeps the sun behind his back. He is still headed north. So see how he's facing this way and the sun is behind him? That's at noontime, right at lunchtime. And then afternoon, the sun keeps moving. The robin keeps flying. It's afternoon now. The sun has moved to the west, but the robin does not turn with it. Instead, he keeps the sun to his left and stays on his northward course. All day while he flies, the robin checks the sun. The moving sun is the compass by which he finds his way. So let's look again. So see, in the morning, the sun is on this side of him. And at noon, it's directly behind him or above in the sky. And in the afternoon, the sun is now on this side of him. He knows which side the sun needs to be on for him to keep traveling north. On and on the robin flies, traveling mile after mile. Again and again his wings beat up and down, up and down. His little heart pounds and pounds, pumping blood that carries power to the straining muscles of his wings. After a few hours he's tired and hungry. He lands and rests a while. He feeds to get back some of his energy that his muscles have used in flight. He stops just long enough to rest and feed. He still has a long way to go, and soon he's in the air again. By late afternoon, he stops flying. He feeds again and finds a place to sleep. Early the next morning, he flies on. The robin moves on whenever he can. When a warm wind blows from the south, he travels fast and far. A south wind acts as a tailwind for a bird flying north. It pushes him from behind and helps him to fly without working too hard. A headwind blowing against him from the north holds him back. So he's flying into the wind, and the wind is coming this way. It's going to slow him down, right? Have you ever tried to walk into the wind? It's not so easy. But this is called a tailwind. When it comes up behind him, it kind of pushes him along. Maybe you've had that experience too, where the wind has pushed you from behind. Then his muscles must pull harder to overcome the force of the wind in a headwind. On some days, the robin can't fly at all. When it rains, he doesn't travel. If very strong headwinds blow, he waits for calmer air. Here the robin's waiting, although it's not rainy or windy. During the night, it got very cold. If it warms up the next day, he'll fly on. As spring moves farther north, the robin follows close behind. But if he flies ahead of spring, he will have trouble finding food, and he will use too much energy just keeping his body warm. How smart those little robins are, yeah? So he knows if he feels a little cold, then he doesn't want to keep going because he doesn't want to fly into the cold. He wants to stay with the warm air and the warm earth where he can find his food.